There are days in your life when you have to get muddy like this because I did a comparison today. Not my best idea, but it was a fun idea. So I enjoyed it a lot with the BMW F900 GS versus the KTM 250 EXC. So we have an enduro bike, a proper one that can go uphill like crazy, and the new BMW F900 GS 100 plus HP, 200 plus kilograms versus something like 45 to 50 HP and 100 kilograms. Who will win? It's easy to find out, but the part that we wanted to find out is can you hold up with that bike having a big adventure, a medium adventure bike like this one? So the footage can tell by itself that these two bikes are meant to be ridden very far and very fast. But while going up, there was no problem. When the uphills become a bit steeper, the KTM has the power over there to win every battle. The BMW, it's heavy, and if you don't use the traction properly, if you don't give it enough gas from the start, you will lose traction because it has too much Newton meters of torque, and the rear wheel will spin like insane, and then you will stall on an uphill. And that's the baddest recovery that you can do, because this bike, although it's light comparing to the other ones in the class, it's heavy to turn while being on a steep uphill. We've fitted the bike with some new tires, this Mitas, new Mitas over here, which has some knobby trenches on it that can uphold some really bad terrain. It's full of mud because somehow I managed to find the pothole, the biggest one, and struggled to get it out. My friends helped me a lot because it was a heavy lift. Otherwise, an Enduro front tire because it's 90 with 90 for 21-inch wheel. But the biggest thing about this bike is the suspension. This Showa suspension does an amazing job because it reacts super fast, it goes very well on street, but here on off-road I've tightened it out a lot, so even the compression and the rebound, I made it as soft as possible, the rear as soft as possible, and it can go like super hard, like 50 to 100 kilometers an hour on this terrain without any trouble. If you have the skills, you can go even further than this, going up hills, down hills, doing stupid stuff, sliding it, you name it. The Enduro Pro mode, it's like magic, because when I switch it to Enduro Pro, I lose the ABS for the rear, but I get some traction control that will help me. You can cut the traction control at all, but it was easier for me to keep it on because at some point I was sliding it and the traction control was kicking it as soft as possible, just to keep me on the bike, not to spin it that much and crash it. Lifting the bike up, it's a different story, because that 200 kilograms with the adrenaline and the effort, yeah, maybe you can lift it up once, but the second time or the third time it becomes a real pain in the ass, because this bike feels heavy compared to this one, which has only 100 kilograms and can become a struggle when you have a big uphill with it and you struggle to recover it from a steep uphill. You just need to pull it down towards the down side of the uphill, and then just go on it or slide it. It's really hard to do it. I cannot imagine doing that with the F900 GS. This is why I didn't approach everything that the KTM rider was doing. So let's put it like this. You have a super machine over there that can handle some street use, that with some knobby tires can go super hard on enduro pads, and we can say like we can put it like this. This new engine that BMW produced, the 900cc unit, combined with the new chassis and combined with this suspension, this bike is magic. You can rely on it to go even on the baddest roads that you can imagine. On rocks, it has enough ground clearance to get you over any obstacle that this bike can do it. only with the skill that you need just to be in control and not get yourself hurt. So this is very important. The skill is also a fact. The riding position with this rally pack, it's an impressive adjustment because when you sit up on this bike, it's super comfy and you have enough room to move back and forth. Although it's a bit wider in the front area, you don't feel it as a minus because usually when you stand, you just grip it. Like on each side, you have enough space to grip it. On the rear also, the saddle, it's superb just to slide back and forth. The handlebar, it's wide enough for you to squeeze in between the trees. I got stuck at some point because the bike is wide in the lower part, so while going into the ruts and stuff like that, you might touch it with the engine guard that I have fitted over here. The thing that I like the most is that the bike pulls like insane and the riding position, it's so superb. You can wheel it even on off-road, which is a huge plus because you can go easier over obstacles. And the most important part that I like a lot is the noise that this engine produces, because you can feel that torque just by hearing it, and it presses on your chest every time you blip the throttle. The bike will like jump the front wheel up, and things will become easier to do. I like a lot this new BMW. It was so much fun today. So the conclusion of this test, yes, you can go off-road, really hard off-road with the BMW F900 GS. If you have the proper tires and with some skills, you can also practice it. We will start to produce some infographics and some teaching videos for you guys to improve your techniques and find out how to enhance your experience with the medium adventure bike that you guys own at home. Cheers! Don't forget to subscribe for the next one.